Hi VC, this is Kostis, and this is my entry to CGC's Vinyl contest, a contest to celebrate his 1 year in the vinyl community. He's a very interesting channel. Please go and check him out, maybe subscribe and also participate in the contest. So, the theme of the contest is 365, meaning show 3 records from one genre, 6 records from another one, and 5 from a third one. Quite interesting. I thought I would show some electronic stuff, because I don't think electronic music gets much love in the VC, at least from what videos and channels I know. I mean, it gets some love, but it deserves more. So, and I was very much a fan of electronic music, especially in the early zeros. So I have lots of records from that time period, and it's an excuse to showcase some of them. So, the first genre I chose is Electro, and I will start with Dopplereffekt, Gesamtkunstwerk. This is a compilation of all of their recordings up until 1999, when it was first released. Of course, this is a reissue on Clone Classic Cuts, a Clone Records actually. So, Dopplereffekt is actually an alias, or maybe a band project that Gerald Donald plays. Gerald Donald is also known as Drexilla, also known as ARPANET. He's a Detroit electro-techno musician, a great producer, a legend actually in electro-techno music. So this is this compiles all the early 12-inch EPs and singles that he made as Dopplereffekt, and it's electro music, robotic electro music, much in common with the Kraftwerk stuff. I mean, yeah, even the title of the compilation is in German. Yeah, it actually translates to total works of art, meaning that it was the whole of their entire recordings up to that point. Anyway, fantastic. Please check it out. I'll try to leave a link as always, at least for one song from each record I will show. Moving on, we're going to Holland. This is Legowelt and Orgue Electronique. This is an EP of the prolific electro Italo disco whatever producer Legowelt. His real name is Andy Wolfers, I think. He's a Dutch producer from the scene of The Hague, a great electro scene in the Netherlands, especially in the late 90s, up until today actually. So yeah, this is I think it is called Haunted Harp EP. It's out on it was released on Vinylogica. Yeah, it's a fantastic haunting quirky electro release, totally recommended. And another producer from the Den Haag scene. This is IF, also known as Interference, part of the early techno, acid techno project Unit Moebius. This is the EP Portrait of a Dead Girl, Part 2, the conclusion. It's one of my favorite electronic music records ever. It's very dark, mid-tempo electro. It was released, I think, in 1997. Fantastic long tracks, 4 of them. Everything is a classic, in my opinion. And it was released on Vulex and Disco B, great labels. Now, the second pick for my genre would be dub techno. Techno started in the mid 90s, I would guess, and one record that kickstarted the whole thing was, let me find it, I have them in the wrong order, was this one, Radiance by Basic Channel. Basic Channel is both a label and a project. Basic Channel has it's Moritz von Oswald, German producer, along with Mark Ernestus, another German producer. They have many aliases like Rhythm and Sound, that they make more electronic dub music. Also Maurizio, more early hardcore techno, minimal techno stuff. But this record, Radiance, is a classic dub techno release. Check it out. Another great pioneer of dub techno was Thomas Brinkmann. Studio One Variationen is the name of this 12-inch. It was out on Profan, another German label, released in 1997. This one. It's more rhythmic and bouncy, but it's still a great dub techno release. Now, another pioneer of dub techno was Monolake. This EP is Tangent. It was released also in 1997. This is a reissue actually from later on. Monolake is the great experimental electronic musician Robert Henke. He has many releases both under his name and with the Monolake Alliance. Fantastic dub techno, 3 great tracks, danceable and atmospheric as well. Highly recommended release. Now, another great label in the dub techno music style was Chain Reaction, also from the mid-90s. This is a great release from 1998. The artist is Fluxion. It's actually a Greek electronic music composer. His first ever release, as far as I know. Lark back with Atlos. Ambient dub, I could call this, also with some techno mixed in as well. Great classical release from Chain Reaction. And another Chain Reaction release. This is Vladislav Delay, the great Finnish producer. who also records under different aliases as well, and in various music styles. This is, I think, his first with his name is Vladislav Delay. This is the Ranta EP, released in 1999. Fantastic as well. So that was 5 records, 5 techno records. And now, for the final part of my entry, 6 records of minimal house, minimal techno, micro house, whatever you want to call it. It's all overlapping sometimes. And I'll start with 3 compilations. This is a great compilation, Context Unravelled, Volume 1. It was in, what's the label? Okay, Context Free Media is the label. It's a 4-track compilation where 2 artists, I think they collaborate and remix, unravel each other's music. We have Sutek and Ben Neville, Kit Clayton, who also does dub techno stuff with Markov. I think he's a Mexican experimental electronic music producer. Portable, Twerk, yeah, fantastic stuff, electronic stuff with experimental techno hint in there. Another great minimal techno compilation from the Playhouse label, Famous When Dead, Volume 3. It's a 3-disc compilation with fantastic artists here. I mean, you can find Ricardo Villalobos, Isole, Melchior Productions, John Dejada, Can with Julie Cruz, the Julie Cruz that left us this year, sadly. Yeah, fantastic release. Really, a really good introduction to the mid-zero sound of minimal techno. A more playful brand of minimal techno you can find here. So, this compilation from Minus Incorporated, the great label of Richie Hotting, also known as Plastic Man. Also a 3-record compilation with more minimal stuff. Artists like Dinky Dog, Magda, Matthew Johnson, Heartthrob, even Plastic Man himself. Fantastic, really sparse minimal stuff. And speaking of sparse minimal stuff, one of the earliest minimal techno records by Taylor Dupree. This is the untitled 12-inch on Doom Records. I think it's a Finnish label. I mean, this is pure minimalism. It's very repetitive, but it's one of my favorite records of the genre, I would say, as well. Check it out. And now we go to this producer from Spain, Damián Schwarz. He's a great 12-inch Verde Confeti. He's actually a trained musician. He studied composition and bass, and you can somehow tell by the compositions in this otherwise, electronic style music. The label, this was released on 2006. The label is SMYK Music, or SMIC, as I like to call it. 3 great tracks. Side A plays on 45 RPM, side 3 on 33. And last but not least, a great German minimal techno producer, also from the mid-zeros, Gabriel Ananda. This is Küppers City. It was on Tom Sport label, also on a release of 2006, I guess. Yeah. 3 tracks. Side A 45 RPM, side B 33 RPM. Great atmospheric minimal techno, highly recommended. Yeah, that was a period with great electronic music for me. So that was all. I hope you enjoyed. Please check CGC's Vinyl channel, and hopefully you will make your own entries to the contest. See you.